Welcome to Reality NSFW coverage of the Challenge USA Episode 3. That's right, Declarations of Independence. I'm Jonny Fairplay. I'm joined by Alex Trias, Dan Montchal, and I got to apologize in advance, everyone. My brain is screaming Survivor South Africa right now. So if
Isn't
I
it?
if
Isn't
I get
it?
confused and talk about anything else, which apparently I am because we're talking the Challenge USA, just know that I am only thinking Survivor South Africa right now.
I'm just glad you finally hopped on board. I've told you like over a year ago I mentioned South Africa. You're like, nope, I only have time for Australia. Don't have time for anything else.
I really like it. It just happened to fall in that sweet spot of the summer and my vacations. We did the cast assessment last Friday. Myself, Karen Coleman, and Tristan from South Africa, and apparently we're having South Africans join us each week, which is nuts. And then this Friday, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Friday morning, Friday, July 22nd at 9 a.m. Will be 9 a.m. Eastern. Will be episodes 1 through 4 after show, and then the next week's going to be 5 through 8. But I will not be here next Friday. If there's any way to work it out for next Thursday night potentially, but I'm heading to Nashville for SummerSlam and the roast of Ric Flair Friday night, and I'm leaving very early Friday morning. So I will miss that one, but I'm loving it. It's good stuff. But you know what I'm liking a lot better than I did on its premiere? And that's the Challenge USA. And
yeah, definitely.
I have found a few things that made it a little more palatable for me. Number one, I'm watching Thursday mornings. I'm watching it commercial free on Paramount Plus, and you get profanity. There's not that much. I think you get like
It's
one
not really
F-bomb.
that much.
No.
Yeah. So the more Sarah Lucina talks, the more we'll get more profanity. But it's much more palatable, commercial free, and in a 1 hour format versus a 90-minute format. And I'm the king of give me a 2 hour premiere, give me a 90-minute premiere. I feel a lot of times it's scary. You're gonna use that 30 minutes just for challenge shit, and there's 3 commercial breaks during a daily. I don't want it. I don't care.
Yeah, and like watching it on the streaming service makes it so much more palatable because wherever those commercial breaks are, you're immediately back into it. So you don't really have to even be concerned about it.
Yeah. So I as negative as I was on the premiere, I feel I'm not in that headspace. I'm in a much happier headspace because I'm thinking Survivor South Africa #1. But #2, it's just a lot easier to digest without the commercial break. The commercial breaks on that premiere were like I hated the show.
Right. I think also with the 1 hour format, they immediately have found like what their cadence is. Their cadence is you do the first few minutes, you get the algorithm, introduces it to the viewers of these are your pairs for this episode. You get a little bit of game talk to sort of tread both what could be longer stories and the main story of the episode. You get the challenge, you get a little bit of debrief over what the plan can be. You go to elimination. Like it's very cut and dry. You go here to here to here, boom. And so it's a lot more relaxing. Like I'm as relaxed as Dom is, who didn't have a care in the world to even try to plug a hole in the that water. You know,
does not give a fuck. So
no fucks given. Especially to the Love Island girls. He cannot. His wife has to know he is not fucking the Love Island girls.
I don't think he needed to tell his wife that.
No, but Danny needs to tell Kiki that.
Oh God. Are we going to have a recurring trend of every single episode that Danny tells us what Kiki has told us?
This episode cemented it to me because last week
so
Dan and I talked about, I'm like, I will live for this being the bit. Like, I love that Kiki's getting more airtime than David.
Oh, yeah. So and well-deserved.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what at this point she has 6-7 mentions. Like that's way more than half the cast there. It does.
Yeah, I'm loving it. If that's Danny's shtick, I am so for that being Danny's shtick. I mean, I like him better now. Like I liked him on for one. I love him on this. Danny's or Kiki's words of wisdom.
It's like we're getting more of his personality than we were able to, because like when he was on Survivor, a lot like he was pretty low key in the edit because they didn't show his tribe at all in the pre-merge, and then
we got nothing. Yeah, that tribe got nothing pre-merge. We got nothing really at the merge, and then we had the one episode, dedicated to the story with his dad.
Exactly,
and that's it.
And also the interviews of him saying these twists are fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Yes. That's when I knew for sure he was gonna be one of my favorite Survivor players ever, just because he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, the twists are dumb and fuck the hourglass is basically what I take.
I mean, it sounds like they took their word. They took his words to heart for these next 2 seasons.
Sounds like it. The birdcage thing sounds fun. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. So yes. The episode begins with previously on the challenge, and we have Xavier and Kylan in a hot tub, but there's no water in the hot tub, which means there's no fun in the hot tub, which kind of screams to my entire problem with this season thus far. There's no fun. But Derek X is there with a teapot, and he's going to make it fun. And then we get we understand that they're there to make a big splash, and then a cannonball. And
it was better than last week's.
It was better than last week's, and I applaud the effort. But wowzers!
I mean,
this is Lamesville.
I also don't think it's like a couple things. You don't have like the challenge all-stars of it, where it's a bunch of people who've been here. They've done it. They've done it all. They did it back in the early 2000s, where you were more creative, and so like you come in, you have ideas. You have tons of ideas because you've been waiting all this time to get back. All these people have been on TV in the past year, like. Yeah. They're trying to be good for their brand. They're trying to get to the next show. So it's like...
Yeah, and I don't see any of them on another show. Any of them, with the exception of Tyson.
I can see Danny and Kiki doing The Amazing Race.
I'm for that. Brent Purnell says, if only we could add... Well, here we go. I'll post your comment. Because we're nice about it like that. If only we could have Sydney play with Danny on the challenge, then there would definitely be a profanity on Paramount Plus. Fuck yes. I feel like I have a gripe here with the algorithm randomizer. Mm-hmm. I would like that on the regular MTV challenge, just to see how Devin manipulates it and nullifies whatever its attempt to do is. That I'm for. Well, I would like to have seen actual pairs here, like Danny and Sydney. I'm here for all day long. Mm-hmm. Ricard and Shan. Yeah. Wendell and Dom. I guess you have to have a girl. Wendell or Dom with a wig. He won't care. He's like, and they're like, Dom, you need to put on your wig. I don't care about the fucking wig. I'm not gonna wear the wig, even though I promised going into this. I don't care.
Yeah.
Can I please win? And Sarah Lucina still beats him. There's no way.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even close.
Yes. But Sarah and Ben. I like that combo.
Ben had a good episode today.
He did. This was I felt character development wise outside of the Love Island chaos. That is Love Island chaos. We did get some character development this episode.
For sure. We
once
learned
again made me like it more. I don't know these I don't even know what the concept of Love Island. I don't even know what they fucking do. And I don't want to know. No one tell me, please.
I'm not even going to try to explain it, but like I will say
the DMs are closed for that.
Yeah. I will say though that at least like I feel like the girls are at least giving something in confessional. Like they're giving something to the story. Like I think like the whole point of this episode was about like underestimating people and why you shouldn't do it. And like Dom was like very much underestimating all the Love Island girls. Like Cash, if it wasn't for Cachet, he would have been gone. Like we hear Ben talking about like hyping up Kira as someone who really wants to be there, really wants to fight.
And
Singo has abs.
Yes, and they're all here to tell you that they want to be Tyson's partner because he's like smart or something. They're not sure. And I'm for them explaining that Tyson is smart or something.
But I also like the other explanation of we hear it from Shannon of all people going like, I'm very nervous being partnered with David. He has like no connections in this house, and he sort of just sucks.
Line of the episode, Shannon. Where have you been all my life?
But like that's
we've been explaining this to CBS casting for 5 fucking years.
They're still not listening.
No. I don't know what he has in the fucking envelope that he's blackmailing someone with.
There's something there.
Send me those pictures. I need them. Trust me, I would make much better use of your spot than you are.
Oh, you didn't love the like. I just going back to last episode where he was paired up to go against Tyson and Tyson's group, and he's like, you know what? I really like being able to go against Tyson to really see what I'm like, how I stack up against the best, and immediately like cuts to him face planting into the water.
We saw exactly where he stacks up. But I knew where he stacked up as soon as he was announced on this fucking cast.
I mean, yeah, he's gonna be there for like ever because everyone's like they want to get rid of him, but they're like, but he's also like bad, but a good bad that you could just have at the end.
You do not need to work against him. He works against himself so hard.
Yeah. But yeah, so algorithm, I have all the teams listed.
Yes.
So
well, real quick on the previously on, we essentially just learned that Tyson is an animal, and TJ confirms that, and he's right. So and as much as the episode is more palatable, I feel like Tyson is a lot more palatable. Episodes 2 and especially 3. I didn't feel he gave off a great vibe on episode 1. And still having the taste of that Us Weekly interview in which I felt he came off horribly. So, and maybe that's his shtick, and it's just been so long since I've seen his shtick. But I just like I felt like, and I feel like I understand Tyson's shtick, but he just went, he basically just said, "Fuck you and everything you guys have ever done, and it all sucks." And it's just like, all right, like
I do appreciate him though for this like specific season because like 1, he is going to be one of the bigger competitors just in general. 2, he's bringing the strategy involved with it. He's willing to cut anyone's throat. Like he is the face of like the villain of this season. Like he is. Everyone wants to be like he's in like a Johnny Bananas CT type of role, whereas
they love that character.
Yeah, it's like I'm coming in, I am the villain. Everyone's afraid of me or wants to be partnered with me. So
yes,
you're gonna have me.
He's Wes. Yeah. He's better than Devin. He's and
from everything
and from everything that we've seen so far, it just seems like he's running circles around everyone in that house. There's no one that's in his league.
I'm for that. I really didn't like that Us Weekly interview.
Yeah,
I thought it came across horribly.
I think like the farther we get removed from it, it's like it's sort of I think also tracks with the show where I think he's getting more comfortable now in the setting. Whereas like he comes in, he's this 4-time Survivor player, Survivor winner. Like sort of like comes in, I feel like with his nose a little up to it, like okay, this is a payday, but like I'm sort of better than this show. And now like he's getting his feet under him in the show and like, okay, I actually can control this game and make fun of people. So now regular Tyson's coming out.
Yeah, and let us enjoy you enjoying this.
Right.
Versus, like why am I fucking here? If you're telling yourself and telling the viewers why am I fucking here, then you shouldn't fucking be there.
Exactly. And I think it's just like he is someone that I feel like you always need to take with like a huge grain of salt because like he's just going to be biting in that way. He will say shit to your face about it. Like he says it to Alyssa that was actually one of the funniest scenes. I'll hold on it when we get to there, but it's one of my funniest scenes of this episode.
Of the entire series thus far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
and I think also as you're seeing throughout the episode is just that everyone's kind of believing what he says. I mean, Johnny, you've talked about this a ton with going back to Pearl Islands, that it was just, Lil's the biggest threat. And he's just throwing it out to all the strong competitors. Be like, we want to be at the end with all the strong ones. There's no way he believes that, but he has everyone in the house echoing.
As soon as he has the opportunity to slice Danny's throat, he's slicing Danny's fucking throat.
Yeah. Right. Like,
he is not running the final against Danny if he doesn't have to run the final against Danny.
It's like, it's the strategy that you should go into in an early portion of a game, like the challenge of take out some weak people now, and then you let strong people go against strong people as long as it's not you.
Well, it's strong people versus strong, but it's one you do the like. You have someone else do your dirty work, so the blood's not on your hands. It's just like, man, that sucked because our whole strategy was let the weak people go, and now we got 2 strong people going. Darn it! I can't believe that happened to you and not me.
But like the thing is, Tyson's bullshitting you when he says that because of how he talks to you, but you're also just gonna be like, okay, yeah.
Well, especially now because he already has enough money to run the final, so. Why does he really need a win? If he can get someone else to convince them to do the dirty work for him, then
I think he's going to continue to convince people to do the dirty work, especially the Love Island. I mean, like we literally had the entire Love Island cast say, "Yeah, you want to work with Tyson."
Right. and like you have Tyson also because like the one thing that they made clear this episode because the money was pretty even throughout. Like who was losing and when you would gain money from a losing competitor. When you beat someone in the arena, you get like the 2 people get the combined money. So like, so today they each got like 1,500. So Tyson, I think like as much as he can go and win everything, I think should like let Angela sort of go in the front now. Let Angela start winning stuff. Let her money start getting higher because that's what people are going to start eyeing. That's like sort of like Dom's excuse for wanting to go in was like, oh, well, we can gain money. James' excuse for wanting Justine. Justine has more money. It's like, that's what's going to be
James willing to fuck over one of only 2 people that want to work with him in the house.
Yeah.
For more money.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
I thought James had some staying power in this thing, and I did not like his gameplay today.
I think it was just like a scared round for him.
Yeah. I mean, if he had pitched, I guess you pitched the money thing, but like, I think if he had just gone in and pitched, it's just like, look, I'm willing to eat my own because that's my only chance to fucking remain. Give me that. And I think they would have versus, oh, well, there's the money there. I mean, like, yeah, Dom and Cachet are a good option, but the money aspect is really why I'm throwing my Amazing Race people under the bus. And I'm just like, and they're just like, we don't give a fuck if you get money or not. like, that's great that you're throwing that out there, but we don't give a fuck about your money.
Mm-hmm.
So so we should have said, look, I'm willing to eat my own. That's one person less I have to work with. You got me. You own me. Right. I'm in your back pocket. And then I'm like, fuck yeah, fucking throw them against the Amazing Race people.
See, there's a part of me also during the deliberation where I was hopeful that he was going to go like, again, big fish hunting. Because like he takes out Tiffany and whatever the dude's name is. It's irrelevant.
Yes.
But
nondescript Love Island dude.
Imagine he got up there, put his feet up, and was just like, "Give me Cinco and Sarah. I'll take them out too." imagine that TV moment of just like
shit's gonna work out. All right.
I mean, like shit's gonna come out.
Yeah. But which called? I don't see Sarah arguing if that's who he called out.
I think she sees it as okay, paycheck.
Well, she wants to like any opportunity she has to show her dominance. She's like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. She's an alpha and she wants to continue to show everyone like, don't fuck with me.
I wish it had been a hall brawl and he had called out Cinco and Sarah. And Sarah just like, can I just run both of these for our team?
And Cinco's just like, okay, you can do it.
It's like it's a hall brawl. Cinco's like smiling and Sarah's like, hold my beer.
But yeah, so getting back to the beginning of the episode.
We're 2 minutes in.
Yeah, here's your pairs. It's David and Shannon, Kylan and Angela, Derek and Shan, Ben and Kira, Enzo and Desi, Dom and Cachet, Danny and Azza, Xavier and Kayla, Tyson and Alyssa, Cinco, Sarah, Leo and Justine, James and Tasha. The only 2 things to note here are Sarah saying she likes that she has Cinco, hopes it's something physical so we can prove our dominance over people. Go figure. That's her story this season.
Yes, and fuck people up.
Yeah, and fuck people up.
Yes.
And then the other one is we have Dom and Cachet, and this is where we just hear Dom's extreme disdain for the Love Island girls.
Oh yes, and but we do have at the end of the randomizer, TJ kind of looks because I feel like he hated the idea of this show and more so the cast
Mhm.
when it was presented. But he's just like, how much is this? Oh, CBS money is higher than MTV money. Yeah, I'm in. And he's just like, what? This is heavy heart. He is like, I am for this. And it reminds me, I was on Celebrity Bull Riding. Ty Murray, the greatest bull rider ever, Jules' ex-husband, he had a show, Celebrity Bull Riding, and it was pitched to him as all athletes. You know, some of the greatest athletes in the world riding bulls, and he was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm in." And then it switched to Jonny Fairplay and Leif Garrett and Nitro from American Gladiators and Vanilla Ice, and he was pissed. He was just like, "This is not the fucking concept I came up with." He was just like, fuck these guys. And then he sat back and thought, he was like, you know what? The world could use one less actor or a reality star. So like, I can make that happen. No problem. And then we got out there and he's like, damn it, man. Y'all made me feel sorry for you because y'all are all right people. because I wanted y'all to get hurt. I was like, damn. So I feel like that's where TJ is right now. He's like, man, like these people are all right.
Yeah. I think it's literally like the first episode where we were like, he had such low expectations. The bar was extremely low. And he's just like, I'm proud of all of you. You actually did a lot better than I thought you would.
Yeah, which was not a compliment.
It's literally like the challenge and Challenge All Stars is like, it's the high schoolers, it's the college kids. And he comes here, he's like, I'm at fucking daycare right now. Like,
yeah,
come on. Do I have to baby these people? You're telling me I can't curse them out?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Do we at least get good music? No. It's free cable. We can't use that.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I at least get to do trivia?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I think it's also he takes a look at the cast, and he's used to everyone from the challenge, and half these people they die the first week on the challenge. Like, what the hell's going on?
Oh yeah, I have learned pretty quickly. I might be physically set up for the Challenge USA.
So what I was going, I was waiting for to get us to the challenge because I want the new segment for the challenge to be, how would Johnny do in it?
Yeah, let's do. Yeah, can we make that a weekly segment?
Yeah, it'll be a weekly segment. It'll be which partner we would end up giving you in this randomizer. You can't have the same partner each week.
Sure.
And we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So episode 1, I'd have difficulty going down the side of that building. Like, I mean, heights is not my jam.
Sounds like you needed Kira for that one. Kira was very good with the dude that I don't remember his name of.
Sure.
So there, you got one. Boom.
So and then jumping across to the thing, I think I do pretty good at that. I'm good at Scrabble as well.
Okay, we'll give you Shannon. All you need is 2 words and you're good.
Yep. Okay, so I made it there.
There you go.
Okay. So this one, I'm in the final mix.
You're running.
So
you're running back.
Oh yeah, I'm fucking running. Yeah.
So you just need one of the girls that are more steady. So not Tasha.
No, you would think.
She
is a solid guy. I mean, like Tasha and I, arm wrestling and/or leg wrestling, Tasha wins every time.
It was just, I think it was just she didn't have the bounce, or like
she misguessed it.
Yeah, she misguessed.
So
which I liked how
she was like, "Did you give it to me?" He's like, "Yes," and then he didn't. It was 1 second later, and she was like, "Motherfucker, that's not what yes means."
Yeah.
Well, that and he's like, "I'm gonna let it go slow," and then just completely lets go.
Yeah, he just goes.
So yeah, that was James. That was not Tasha. So give me Tasha on this. I think me and Tasha, we're final 3.
There you go. And you will communicate well. She won't drop that. You're good. But okay, so we're back in the house. I'm gonna skip the Amazing Race thing because it was really just what I said about the people don't underestimate
just leave them alone.
People.
Yeah. Oh, and once again, I don't know if I mentioned the generic music. It was at an all-time high of the I felt like I was watching a jobber from WCW Nitro back. It's just like Roadblock and Scott Norton just formed a tag team, and here's their music. Mean Mike Enos and Dick Slater. Here's their music.
Yeah. I think that's just the price we pay for it being on CBS. If it was because they don't, for free network television, they never use
good stuff.
For reality television, they never use real music.
But I mean, a lot of people consider American Idol and The Voice and they consider those reality shows. I don't. I just feel like it's a fucking it's a fucking
It's a
talent
competition show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of people consider those reality shows. I'm just like, well, they're paying for the licenses for that shit.
Well, because it's like ultimately it's like that's what that specific show is meant for. If this was on MTV, we're getting all the music. If it's on a streaming service, we're getting the music because for them it's just the power of how much it costs to pay for the licensing.
Okay,
it's stupid, but we just have to deal with it, I guess.
I think it's just like we talked about with the opening that it was really bad. It's just CBS is like, let's make a bad dad joke out of it, and this is what you're going to get.
You know what?
That open is suck.
You know what, Johnny? We should have Pete tell us what music he would put on.
Each episode.
If he was in charge, not the full episode, but like the highlights. Like, I would have put this here, type of thing.
Watch. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right. So right before we go, the Shantham is called out by Derek Axe, which I love. Derek. And Shan says, relax, I'm just making friends, she nervously says as she's plotting and scheming.
I don't game that. If you ever have anyone tell you in just any game that you play, if you ever get on a reality show, whatever, and you have someone go, I don't game that hard.
Yeah.
Don't believe them.
You are
I'm just making friends with everyone.
But like also she gives herself like her own like pat on the back, be like, like I was just playing. I'm trying to get, and they're telling me I'm this social strategic mastermind. But I'm just here to make friends.
Yeah, they're telling me I'm great, possibly the greatest player in the new era of Survivor, which I, as Shan, consider starting with at 41. Yeah, and I it's hard to disagree, but I'm just here to make friends.
Well, and apparently what she's doing there is you can't tell her anything. I mean, we got her whole news segment last week, but it was, if you want the whole house to know something, tell Shan. Everyone will know in 15 minutes.
I love the news. I'm here for the news segment, but I am not here for not the Shantham.
I mean, we got it later.
We have the Shantham discussed here, and then when the challenge starts, she does the Shantham in her head. Like they do a flashback, but we do not get the scoring of the Shantham.
I wonder if Jeff Probst is like, no, that's only for Survivor. You can't have that.
What?
Makes sense. He's already jealous of Australian Survivor, and he's just like a new show that has Survivor players on it. Can't have it.
He's like, do you want it to be on Paramount Plus the next day? I'll pull it. Just like
I'll pull that shit from Paramount Plus. Jonny Fairplay, you're watching commercials.
Yeah. Dude's petty.
Fuck, man. Just the Shantham. It's the fucking Shantham. Relax.
All
right. If I can't relax, how can
Tasha? Now, next segment is Tasha, and I think I understand what she's talking about because I originally said this on the first podcast about like what the algorithm does, but it's like looking back, like having more time, it is a wrong philosophy of her just saying like you can't be Survivor strong in this algorithm. Like you have to be willing to like make a whole lot of bonds, and you should make bonds. You can still be Survivor strong.
Yeah, I don't think that. So if the algorithm were on the Challenge MTV, Devin has figured this thing out in like 4 minutes. And he's like, here's how we fuck this shit over. You ready? Boom. This is what we do. And then he has, one person that fucks it up. He's just like, oh my God, you're my mortal enemy for the rest of this fucking.
It's because Kyle didn't listen that time.
Yes, Kyle's like, huh? No, what? Oh, man, you're right. Oh my God, why didn't I do that? But
you told me to attack CT.
Yeah.
No,
no, I did not. There's never this. So, but whereas Tasha is the exact opposite, Devin, she is just like, yes, this fucks up brand loyalty, and I'm just like, no, you that is a bad read, Tasha.
I mean, like, you should have an open mind about it. Like, you should know where you stack in Survivor Strong. Like, Shan is very aware that she's on the bottom of Survivor Strong if they all get together, which is accurate.
It is accurate. So, and I like her awareness.
Oh yeah, it's good to be aware of what's going on.
I didn't think Shan was going into this game with that much awareness. So, but I think the fact that the Ponderosa was what it was maybe was the impetus for her awareness to begin.
Yeah. Well, she has the awareness, but what I think will be interesting to see is that does she actually use that to her benefit? Because she could, but I could also see her stabbing herself, right? Like
I don't see how you swing at Tyson and get out alive if he survives.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I felt the first half of Shan's game on 41
Very good.
was upper tier. I mean,
Yeah.
I consider Shan an elite player for the first half of her game, and
Elite
I
pre-merge.
pre-merge. So,
Yeah, elite.
But I think what happened the second half is a little bit of her game was exposed that it was a team effort with her and Ricard.
Mhm.
And I think once she got hungry, she won't the same player. I think hunger was her number one enemy in the second half.
And it's also the new players that you like. Her tribe was very good for her, and then when she gets to the merge, you now have someone like Deshaun who won't just listen to you. He won't just say, "Okay, you're good. I'll do it." He's like, "No, I want to do my idea.
I'm purposely not going to do what you say every single time you say it.
I'm going to get into my soup and pout."
Yes. Yeah, that I think if she had made a move against Deshaun early, I think she's there later.
For sure.
Yeah. So, but I think she's a great player, and hunger is not an issue on the challenge. They feed them.
Right.
So they ridiculously feed them because I would imagine during TJ's final they're going to eat all kinds of shit they don't want to eat.
Oh yeah, and they get and also just like their usual routine, they get like catering every round or every day, really. But yeah, this gets us to our next theme, which it's just like mainly it's about Dom just like not liking the Love Island girls. Like, why are you guys here talking about dating or whatever? We're here. Like Dom came onto a reality show and said, "I'm not here to have fun.
Yes,
I'm here to collect the paycheck and move forward." But I will note before we talk more about Dom specifically is for everyone who like outside of like the game that people saw, like thoughts on Sarah Lucina, like outside of reality television, this little scene right here just shows like how good of a player she is because she's just there sitting on that bed with Cachet, listening to her talk about like her feelings about Cinco. Like her social game is like you just see it. Like she's just so good at it.
Yeah, and I mean, and I think she really, Sarah Lucina, she's an inquisitive person. I mean, at Hearts Reality, she me and my girlfriend were talking about crazy sexploits we've had over the past year, and she was just like, "Wow, like you do that?" And explain. Just like most people would cover their ears or run from the room, and Sarah's just like, "Yeah, I'd like to hear more about this."
Right.
And just like Sarah Lucina, she goes, "I love to hear about all kinds of things I don't know about."
And that's such a good quality to have for these type of shows.
Yeah,
that just ingrains you with people because they like to listen to me. And let's be real, if you're going reality television, you love to talk. So.
Yes, everyone there wants to tell their story, and no one wants to not like the first time I met Marie Rhoda from the challenge. Like she was just like, "Oh, I love owning the room and everyone listening to me and paying attention to me, and I don't have your 100% attention, so I don't love you." Whereas Sarah Lucina is just like, "Whew, someone else talking. This makes it so much easier. I'll just show my dominance in another way when I physically fucking kill them."
Sarah's gonna. I hope like as much as we want Danny to be in a hall brawl, I need Sarah Lucina in a pole wrestle.
Oh yes,
she will Latarian someone.
Oh, I am for that. I want. I secretly want Cachet and Sarah Lucina.
So you want Cachet to die, is what you're saying.
I mean, if that has to be the last page of the Cash and Cinco book, so be it. Because Dom doesn't give a fuck about that book.
No, and I don't know. I just found it so weird because I don't know. I didn't expect that from Dom this episode, which is his react. It was like a very negative episode for him.
Yeah. Well, I was just surprised he got airtime because we have seen nothing of I wasn't sure which guy was Dom and which guy was Enzo until this episode, and I'm still not sure which guy Enzo is. And I'm friends with Enzo.
Yeah, I would have completely forgotten that Enzo was on the cast unless like they had that little snippet of him being like, "Well, if people are making money and I'm not getting it, I'll have to go in and win some myself." Blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, he exists.
Yeah, and one of the Love Island guys could have said that same line. And
I think isn't the only Love Island guy left Singo? I think.
Oh yeah, but I'm just talking about nondescript Love Island guy from before.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, like Alex and I talked about it last week. Is we were excited to see more Dom. See what he brought, but not if this is what they're giving him. Like that.
It'll be interesting to hear Wendell's thoughts on it on his podcast for this.
Well, Dom is joining Wendell this week.
Even better.
Yeah, so there you go. Quick plug. Wendell's joining us at some point. I got to figure out which episode to get him on here. So, but yeah, we got Wendell coming, and I guess we have a count at some point. So yeah. Ooh, here we go. Tired of being alone. They can help. You know what? I bet that is not a real person. Oh man. Yes, I was so excited that we had for anyone listening and not watching, we have a chat as we record this for the video version, and a bot jumped in the chat, and they're at naked.hd. whatever, and it's like, tired of being alone, we can help. And I'm just like, oh, finally. Yeah. I knew I would find my soulmate in a chat room on a challenge podcast. I mean, according to the fortune teller that I spoke with, and or soothsayer, as I like to say. And lo and behold, there it was. But it turns out, no, that was not my soulmate being revealed. It was actually a bot. So.
You know what? One of these days, the reading will be correct.
Well,
just read your horoscope later. It'll tell you what all good things are going to happen to you.
Oh, I like to read my horoscope for the day at the end of the day, and I go, you're right. Hey, they're back.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay. Getting us back on track, we have Tyson and Angela talking openly in front of everybody about we have to get out the weak in order to protect ourselves. And the only perspective we hear outside of that is Shan going like, Tyson thinks he's so slick. I'm like, I don't think Tyson thinks he's so slick. Like, he's just like, I who's going for me?
Yeah.
He's just
and Shane goes, they ain't that stealth. And I'm like, I don't feel like they're attempting to be that stealth.
And I don't think you are either.
No. So it is a poorly played game of stealth by both.
Yeah.
Just do it in the big open room where everyone can see. No one will ever see it coming.
Yeah, that's how most group sex takes place. Big open room for everyone to see, and no one will see you coming.
And if you want more stories like that, go to adfreeNSFW.com and listen to the weekly Q&A.
Yeah. If you like that, you'll love adfreeNSFW.com, where every week I tell a story just like that, I promise you. And I have plenty of stories coming from the Dave Matthews concert from tomorrow night.
I love that we already know. There will be stories.
Yes. So it's time for the challenge, but before that, it's time for words from our sponsor. We're all trying to eat better, but healthy breakfast doesn't have to be boring. Magic Spoon has the amazing flavors you love, but without all the bad stuff. And it's amazing as a midnight snack right before bed.
0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. That's only 140 calories per serving.
It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low-carb. And build your own box. Available flavors to build your very own custom bundle are cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, blueberry, cinnamon, cookies and cream, and my favorite, maple waffle. Now, Magic Spoon recently brought back their 2 super popular flavors, cookies and cream and maple waffle. Thank goodness. But they're back permanently. And when these flavors were first introduced for a limited time, they sold out extremely quickly. Now, I'm here to let you know you can get them again or try them for the first time. Why? Because they're delicious and indulgent.
Johnny, Magic Spoon has so many great flavors that I really enjoy, and even my kids enjoy them. We have the cocoa, fruity frosted, peanut butter. All these are really great combinations. They enjoy waking up in the morning and getting some Magic Spoon right off to start their day great before they head off to school. I think everybody listening should give Magic Spoon a try, or if you've tried them already, it's time to reorder. Let's get you some more Magic Spoon and get your day started right.
Hey, when I finish a podcast late at night, the first thing I'm thinking is not sleep. It's let me grab a delicious bowl of Magic Spoon before I go to bed.
So go to magicspoon.com/survivor to grab a custom bundle of cereal and try it today. And be sure to use our promo code survivor at checkout to save $5 off your order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to get your next delicious bowl of guilt-free cereal at magicspoon.com/survivor and use the code SURVIVOR to save $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this podcast.
Thanks for sticking with us through the ad break. Don't forget, for more exclusive Reality NSFW content, visit adfree.nsfw.com.
This episode of Reality NSFW is sponsored by Blue Chew. Say it with us, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is making waves and bringing more confidence to the bedroom by offering chewable tablets that can help men get stronger and longer lasting erections. That's right, we're giving away super hard dicks.
Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. Blue Chew's tablets help men achieve harder, stronger erections to combat all forms of ED.
Blue Chew is an online prescription service, so no visits to the doctor offices, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. And it ships right to your door in a discreet package. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And the best part, it's all done online.
Blue Chew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredient and strength for your prescription. Don't like swallowing pills? No problem here. Blue Chew's sildenafil and tadalafil tablets are chewable. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and they prepare and ship direct, so it's cheaper than a pharmacy.
Hey, if you're looking to give that immunity idol to someone, or you don't want to be voted out of a crater, don't worry, Blue Chew's got you covered. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use promo code SURVIVOR at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's Blue Chew, BlueChew.com, promo code SURVIVOR to receive your first month free. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
Thanks, Blue Chew. I'll be having a Blue Chew tomorrow night at the Dave Matthews concert. I'll be enjoying myself after the Dave Matthews concert. And tomorrow morning, or Saturday morning when I wake up, I'm going to have myself some Magic Spoon cereal. Whew, because I'm going to have to re-protein up with no carbs.
No carbs. And why wait till after Dave Matthews?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I'll see if I can find a little bit of satellite love. All right, it's time for our challenge. And hey, we're by an old roller coaster. I love old roller coasters. They're fun. New roller coasters can go fuck themselves. They're not fun because they're fucking scary.
Okay, well, this okay. So this daily is called Hang On Man, and they call it essentially just a challenge version of Hangman, which is really what it is. So you and your partner are racing across this parking lot. I don't know how big this parking lot is. Decent size, I guess. And you're collecting stairs, and you're going to build a staircase to reach the top of your container. One person will balance on a narrow plank while holding a rod across their back. Their partner will then take letters from a letter bin and use them to for their phrase board, running back and forth. If you're wrong with one of your letters, you have to add a 10-pound sandbag to a part of your partner's rod, and you keep guessing until you get it correct. Bring the last sandbag over, and you win. But if your partner drops at any point, or if the weight hits the ground, you're out.
Yeah. Once again, I'm in the final 3. No problem. I'm good at Hangman, and all I do is run.
But are you good at Wheel of Fortune?
My dad used to record Wheel of Fortune every night. He loved Vanna White. That was his favorite person. But like my dad would like not go to stuff. Like it's just like, hey, I got you tickets to so and so. He's like, yeah, I can't make it. I'm just like, Dad, you can. I know that you record Wheel of Fortune. Because it's just better when you watch it live. So I feel like my dad and Ben would have gotten along handsomely.
I was going to say Ben being a big fan of Wheel of Fortune was the least shocking thing I heard all episode. Like,
oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't see Ben as much as so much of a TV guy, but if he were, that's the one. And then as soon as Jeopardy comes on, turns it like we're done learning. That's it. You ain't turning me into a nerd. I know words, not answers.
No, I don't know questions. They give you the answer.
Oh, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't know. Yeah, he doesn't know questions. I love Ben.
But okay,
Ben, for those of you wondering, Ben is awesome in real life.
Yeah, I love that. I love seeing him in real like physical shape, because like, you know, with Survivor you add the extra weight on to like, and I know he did that for both his seasons. He had a little more weight on so that you can survive as you keep going through. But he, like, you see him, he's in really good shape.
Yeah, you see him in normal time, like at Hearts Reality when he shows up, like he is fit as fuck. Like, I mean, fit, lean, and like it's just like this dude's a stud.
I mean, like it's part of his background. It's part of what he did. Yeah. You know, like he had to be in that good shape. You know, for reasons. He hasn't said it on the show yet, so I'm not going to say it here.
Yeah,
if only someone knew what he did in a past life.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I do.
You watched Wheel of Fortune.
I do know. Talking to him, he broke his arm. I want to say in an arm wrestling match, like severely.
Wow.
Like really bad,
right.
And I like so bad that he should not be able to use his arm again. And he's just like, yeah, I'm going to use that fucking arm again.
I mean, that's just how he comes across. Like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, like, and the doctor's like, no, you're not. And he's like, oh, I am. And as you can see, both arms work just fine.
Yeah. But yeah, before the challenge starts, we have Tyson like sort of talking about like wanting to win the challenge, and he's like, yeah, some of these people they just say stuff like, I warmed up by riding 12 miles on a bike. That's not warming up.
That's not even no. One of the competitors said one time they biked 12 miles.
And I was
that's not even a warm up.
No, it was me. And Alyssa's like, no, that was me. He's like, what? Oh shit. That's not even a warm up.
like he was shitting on the entire cast, and you know, and potentially excluding Alyssa. And Alyssa goes, no, I'm the one you're referring to. He goes, oh, well then I'll just shit on you directly. And I'm just like, okay, I'm for this moment.
Yeah, that was my moment of the episode. Was just that was amazing. But yeah, we get into this challenge,
and then Cachet has to pee.
Yeah, Cachet. Yeah,
Tom's like, she looks so motivated. I don't get it. And she's like, yeah, I gotta pee.
He's like, she's sprinting. Why is she sprinting? She's gonna tire herself out. Yeah, I need to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where we get Shannon saying she sees that she could be a target because she's attached to David, and David sucks at just everything. Cachet needs to use the bathroom. Ben likes
Lucina informs us, the viewer, you can't walk.
No walking.
There's no walking in baseball.
I'm gonna keep jogging at a minimum, and I'm gonna strike fear. How is she still jogging?
How is it possible? Yes. Danny mentions his wife, Kiki. Which,
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. His wife Kiki will ask him how he couldn't stand on a perch for 5 minutes if he let himself drop.
Yeah. So he don't want to hear that from Kiki. She's got enough to say. He doesn't need to give her shit to say.
She somehow manages to have something to say that's very specific
Yeah.
to each episode.
Always.
Well, and why I think we're getting it every episode was it's not even something that happened. It was just like, if this does happen, like,
Yeah,
I wonder if they got a few bits from him about that, and they like when future rounds they were just like, hey, could you just start your thing with like, my wife Kiki said.
Yes. Yeah. No, I think he's I mean, who knows, but I think he's potentially being coached. But also, I feel that production accidentally sent an email with all the challenges to Danny and Kiki before they left. And she's like, all right, challenge 4. Don't fuck this up.
Yeah, you're drop. We know that they're dropping at some point next week. Like, don't let your cord drop. If your cord snaps, you won't hear the end of it from me.
Yes,
I'm like,
next week's supposed to be like trivia. Be like, you better not get that question wrong. Kiki will be disappointed.
You can't get a question wrong that's about the Dallas Cowboys, man. You played for them.
Yes. Oh, Kiki. God bless Kiki. So James and Tosh out first, and then it comes down to Kylan and Angela and Ben and who's his partner?
Kira.
And
it's close. It's a buzzer beater, but Kylan and Angela win, and congrats. They hold the power. James and Tasha are in the elimination round coming up. And with an Angela win, that means that Tyson and Angela need to deliberate to figure out what they're going to do.
Yeah, but no, do they need to deliberate though? Because like we immediately go back and it's Dom just saying to James, like to his face, "You're probably facing me tonight, bud. Like,
Yeah,
just get yourself mentally prepared to go against me."
Yeah, and I won't be concerned with any additional variables in whatever the challenge is.
No, and
I
then
will
like
pick the bare minimum of variables, and I will only address those.
But we also know we then start to hear like, so obviously with a big brother pairing, Big Brother most likely isn't touching, so there's very few teams for them to pick, and one of the teams that they could pick is Leo and Justine. I do love Justine's comment about Leo where she's just like, I like Leo. His social game's shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't know it's shit either.
No, he has like a Napoleon complex. Like he's just like, yeah, these guys might be bigger, but my name is already on the trophy. And I'm just like, no, they're bigger and your name's not on the trophy.
No. And like what I didn't understand was he said in the first episode, he's like, I'm trying to make as many friends as I can. Like go out, make as many friends as I can. But like the fact that your own partner is even saying like, no, your social game's not doing well. And like his only thing is we have this 3 that's inseparable. That amazing race 3. I'm like, there are over 20 people on this cast. 3 doesn't win. You're doing Brad Culpepper math right now. 3 and 27 or 28 is not in.
Yeah, no. And even the 3, he doesn't have the 3 because one of the 3 is just like, I want Leo.
Well, it's not even that he wants Leo. He wants Justine's money.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm getting so close to that 5,000. Getting her money gets me that much closer to it as opposed to just only gaining 1,000.
But I just think I feel that's the wrong move for him in that he's making himself more attractive to for people to come after.
I mean, like I said, he should have just called out Sarah and Cinco. Become the king.
Yeah.
Just become the king and queen slayer. He's just like, I'm taking out everybody who's seen as a big threat. You want me around.
Yeah.
But say la vie.
Well, no, and talking about Leo, I mean, if it's someone from Love Island of all shows is saying that your social game sucks, like, how bad is it really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's bad because I feel like you can have a bad social game on Love Island and someone might still fuck you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the rules of Love Island, but I feel like that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you're allowed to do that.
I feel like that could happen on Love Island. Like you can have sex with someone that. doesn't think you're the best.
Yeah. Like what? They're there to fuck.
Potentially, I don't know. I don't know the
Oh,
rules of the game. I don't want to know.
I guess it was called F Island, not Love Island. But
yeah, that's true.
But yeah, they go through it. They give their pitches, and like Tasha once again saying she's willing to give up relations. I'm like, no, you want the relationship. You want that.
Yes.
Like for her, it makes sense to have Justine and Leo be put in, because then the Survivor's not going in. And like I think James ultimately was just like deciding. I think for him, it does make sense to like give up the amazing race and try to attach yourself to like the shark, like be that little minnow that like swims underneath the shark that gets the kill, but you get some of the remains. And he was like, I see the board right now. Survivor's going to be the one that takes control of this game. Let me attach myself to them. But
I feel like Big Brother fired the first shots because both teams had a Survivor in it.
And I mean, that's what we see on the preview is the Love Island people even come together. Not even the Survivor people, the Love Island coming together being like, Big Brother's trying to take control. We need to take them out.
Oh, yeah.
And Survivor's just
Survivor people are just licking their lips. They're just like, oh.
You know, we're just building the shelter. We're just setting the fire. We're just getting wood.
Yeah.
Ben's just out there trying to find an idol.
Yeah, relax. There's nothing going on here. Nothing to see here. I mean, sure, the person that went home was not in the Super Alliance because they were tricked by the algorithm, but relax. Everything is fine. Go fight our fight. I mean, your fight. Or, you know.
But yeah, we
jump on that grenade, Love Island.
Yeah, jump on. It's like Squid Game, like the little path like with the glass floor. It's like, Love Island, go out first. We believe in you.
Yes, I am pushing Love Island through the glass, and I'm like, oh, that one's good. We're good.
Yeah. Okay, Cinco, jump on 5 of them. Let's see what happens. But yeah, we get back. Next segment is Cache wishes she could tape Dom's mouth shut. Cue montage of him going to everybody saying, yeah, I think I'm just gonna go in. Like, I think we're gonna be getting put in. It's just the obvious thing. Like we're not getting any of his side of like what like his mind behind it was, because I figured his mind was like, if I'm already an option, might as well go down, try to win some money. But like,
we don't hear that.
But we don't hear him explain that at all to his partner, because
we get a very chauvinistic edit.
I wrote condescending in mine, but yeah,
I definitely condescending, but I think it goes one step further and chauvinistic.
Because like we hear him like completely disregard her opinion, because like what she said was true. She's like, no, like we will have opportunities to get money, both of us. Like I think she's seeing it as like, I know we're oil and water, like we don't mesh. Like why would you want us to go down if we don't communicate?
Yeah. So, well, the first time I met Dom, we did not get along. I thought he didn't come off well to me, but I expressed that, and we talked after that, like a couple weeks later, and because I told Wendell, and Wendell's just like, well, I need to fix this right now because you two are two of my favorite people on the planet, and
yeah,
so,
y'all need to get along.
Yeah, so we ended up talking for like an hour, and now I love Dom.
Right. Like I think it's something that you just need. I think overall, I think it's not even just like a show. I think it's an age thing also, where it's like he's lived life. Like he's in his 40s.
Like, I'm good.
This is like I don't know how old Cache is, but I assume she's like mid-20s.
Yes, I would imagine. I don't know.
Like,
yeah.
So he's like, and then he just adds on like his perception of what a Love Island person is, and it's just like, I'm just going to disregard your opinion means nothing. Like I command, like I direct people, like they listen to what I do and they do it.
Yeah.
Like, he even mentioned that earlier in the episode, is he's just like, I'm not, with my job, I give out the orders. No one tells me what to do. And it's just like, can't really do that.
Yeah. So, and when I met him, it was Hearts Reality, and it was pretty much the entire Ghost Island cast were there. And he was like, I'm here to have a Ghost Island reunion. And so the vibe I got was, hey, Jonny Fairplay, I know who you are, like, but like, I don't give a fuck because I'm here for the Ghost Island reunion.
Right.
Like there's 120 reality stars here. I'm here to see 20 of them.
I mean, the one thing you can take is he won't be fake to you.
Apparently not.
I mean, that's a good virtue to have in some cases.
I can work with that on an island.
Yeah.
I would rather that than someone blowing smoke up my ass. Even though, have you ever had smoke blowing up your ass?
No.
For more stories like that, go to adfreeNSFW.com. I've never had smoke blowing up my ass.
But he may.
I mean, this Dave Matthews. It's a crazy show.
Okay, so we have that scene. We go immediately to the elimination or the arena for the elimination. Dom and Cache were picked, and so you know who would do very well at this challenge, Johnny? Matt Bischoff.
Woody, why?
Because it's called plug and play.
Oh, okay. It's not called peg and play. It's called plug and play.
Yeah, but if you pegged that hole at the bottom, like you wouldn't lose the water.
Yeah, you would have
like
been with this beard.
If he still had his dread beard, like he would be able to clog that. It's just like,
oh yeah, because there's nothing that clogs more than fucking hair in a drain.
Exactly. He was made for this.
He was made. He would have had hours to complete this challenge.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's a pretty straightforward challenge. You both started on top of the container. One jumps into the container that's filled with water, and you start releasing building blocks. There's 14 of them. The other person has to take them off from the top of the container down to the floor, and you have to balance all 14 in one single stack. But the twist is that once he says go, TJ pulls a lever that unleashes the water, and it'll slowly be draining from the containers. You have to figure out ways to stop that from happening, or just complete the challenge quickly.
Yeah. So I had a similar challenge to this on Celebrity Fear Factor, and so it was me and Twyla. Twyla was in like this box with like tarantulas and shit all over. And I had to dive down with wire cutters in the water and cut the wires to release the things. So it's just like and I went against The Miz, who, of course, did the challenge in 12 seconds. One breath, did it all. And
I mean, he does have massive balls.
I heard he has minuscule balls, but it's a different story.
That's not what they're saying on TV.
Well... And who wants big balls? I've never met a girl that.
No, that's a bad thing.
That's a bad thing to have big balls.
You have to get checked.
Yeah, like Rupert, his balls look like potatoes. They're huge. If you want to hear more about that, go to adfreeNSFW.com and ask the question on this week's Q&A. Tell me about Rupert's potato balls. I will. So, but no. So this challenge had carabiners at the bottom to release the pieces.
Yeah.
But on Fear Factor, we had to use wire cutters underwater. I couldn't cut the wire.
Right.
I'm sitting there. I'm just like, it ain't cutting. They're like, try harder. I'm like, no, like it ain't cutting. Like, what did anyone think that maybe you have to be strong to cut wires underwater with wire cutters? Because you do.
Yeah.
I ain't that guy. Carabiners, I'm there. I'm in it to win it. I mean, I'm not doing it in 12 seconds like the fucking Miz in one breath, but I'm not last place.
I mean, you should just send Twyla down.
I don't think we were given the option.
Oh, damn.
I think the ladies were in the box and the
ooh.
Yeah. Low hanging fruit there, Alex.
I know. Hey, it's there.
It's there.
But yeah, so we start this up, and both teams are doing well. They're getting them out, but like James is smart and is using his foot to plug the hole.
Yeah.
We then pan over to Dom, and everyone's just staring at it, going, "Dude, literally not giving a shit."
He is literally like he's already got all those things out. He's literally just standing there watching, and it's just like, okay, well, I mean, like you're half out of water. Just casually, just set your foot on there, just to prop up your foot.
Just do a Captain Morgan.
Yeah, and he's like, "Nah, I don't do that."
It was literally like he just completely forgot that was even a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are you forgetting that? As you're like, shouldn't you be like, oh, this water's actually like pretty low now?
Yeah. Why is this water so low,
dude? But like, talk about the timing of it all. Like,
Cache, like,
Cache literally gets it and asks her to check as that water gets to the line.
Yeah.
Like, if she had to take like a second more, they lose automatically because Dom didn't think.
Yeah, that's crazy. So and we have TJ going, Dom, what were you thinking?
I just brain fart for a second. I'm like, a second?
You had a brain fart for like 15 minutes.
Entire challenge, yeah.
You did a great job at the first part of your challenge.
Yeah.
The other part of the challenge was keeping the water in.
I mean, he literally just stood there. It's just like, okay, do you think part of this challenge is you just standing there? Because it's not.
I wonder if it was like him trying to like, he was like, oh, I should stare at her to motivate her. Just like against the wall, just like,
yeah.
If she kept looking around, it's just him with an angry face. Just like,
yeah.
You better not fuck this up for me. You Love Island girl.
Yeah, I hate you and your Love Island promiscuous ways.
I mean, like,
I will not be corrupted.
I will not be corrupted. My wife will watch this.
Yeah, my wife knows what you're trying over here, and everyone's looking.
Well,
like,
if his wife hears that he's in, eliminations, plugging holes, she could be worried.
That's true. Yeah, babe, I plugged no holes with that Love Island girl.
Yeah, I didn't touch any holes.
They said, hey, fill that hole. And he goes, go fuck yourself. I'm a married man.
I mean, I get that he's a married man. Great for him. This is the challenge, though.
Yeah, you're allowed to plug some holes on talent. People made their reputations by plugging holes being married.
There's people that got married on the show, cheated on each other on the show.
Yeah.
And maybe back together on the show.
Yeah, there you go. James and Tasha eliminated. They will be missed. And we get a preview for next week. Dom wants revenge. And it's like, it sounds like Dom's voice that he wants revenge. So,
I'm sure it is.
Sure.
Probably is.
And then we find out it's TJ's favorite daily. It's trivia. And it's 250 feet above the ground. I would have trouble with this one. I'm good at trivia, so I might just win.
I think that's a good strategy.
Just win.
Yeah,
and not think, like, I'm just like, you know what? I don't have to worry about 250 feet because I'm just going to win the trivia.
Or, like, if you needed some motivation beforehand, just call Casey.
Yeah.
Call Casey Cooper.
Yeah.
She'll get you onto the ledge. Like, normally it's like, oh, we'll talk you off the ledge. Like, no.
Yeah.
You get on that ledge,
Casey
man.
Cooper get me on the ledge. Okay.
Just call Kiki. She'll tell you what not to do.
Kiki will tell me what not to do. What answer
honestly, I feel like Kiki should just get a podcast for this specific season. Just to be like, but this is what I actually told him for this episode.
Yeah. This is where he fucked up again.
He still hasn't taken Shan out. I specifically told him, take
Day
Shan
one.
out.
Yeah. She's sitting there making friends.
She's saying that she's a social strategic mastermind.
All
right. It was an enjoyable episode.
I liked, as I said, Paramount Plus, you are my saving grace. And then, of course, whoever had the idea of a 90-minute premiere just to have 30 extra minutes of fucking challenge. Not the show, but actual fucking competition. I don't give a fuck about. So, as prior to podcasting, any reality show I watched, Survivor, whatever, during the actual challenge, I press the fast forward button because I don't give a fuck. Unless I see someone hit their nuts, I do not give a fuck who wins or loses the challenge, because at the end of the day, all you're really doing is flipping a coin. Is all you're fucking doing.
Johnny likes to see people suffer. That's the challenge he likes. That's why he likes Australian Survivor, which they are covering on ad-free NSFW right now. The Australian Survivor All-Stars.
All-Stars. We're covering that on the Patreon at ad-free NSFW.com. So, and as far as the fast forward button, Conrad and myself, Conrad Thompson over at Something to Wrestle and all this podcast, we call the fast forward button the Jeff Jarrett button. Because whenever Jeff Jarrett used to be on the screen, we used to press that to get to the next segment.
Man, how are you going to fast forward through Ric Flair's next retirement match?
I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it when he's preparing for his follow-up retirement match.
There you go.
Yes. So with that, thank you guys. This was fun. This is a lot of fun, and now I'm going to go watch more Survivor South. I got to watch episode 4.
It's a good one.
Hopefully. Oh, you've seen 4?
I watched it.
Okay, I haven't seen 4 yet, so I'm going to watch that, and then I'm going to go watch the Otterbots play some baseball, and then wake up real early and talk about it. Join us tomorrow at 9 a.m. for our coverage of Survivor South Africa Season 9, the return of the Outcast. I'm stoked. And join us next week at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Here next Thursday, talking the Challenge USA episode 4. Now I'll be here. I'm leaving the next morning for Nashville SummerSlam weekend. So until then, thank you, Dan. Thank you, Alex, and thank you to all the amazing viewers and listeners. Don't forget, rate us 5 stars. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Do 5 stars and just say great podcast. That's all you have to do. And do the share button and all that stuff. And until next time. And for more reality NSFW content, visit adfreensfw.com.